Hey everyone, what's up? We're back with another review. Today it's of the brand new Echo 1 Red Star CSR or counter sniper rifle. For those of you who don't know what this gun is, this is basically the first real sword clone that's on the market. You also have the Sima version. The King Arms is not a real sword clone though, but this is a clone of the real sword. The real sword SVD is one of the best semi-automatic electric sniper rifles out there. This one by Echo 1 is definitely a great replica. I find that it works very well. It's got some impressive features on it, and overall I'm just almost in love with the gun at this point. But other than that, yeah, let's get on with the review of the Echo 1 CSR. Now when you guys receive your Echo 1 CSR, it does come with quite a bit of stuff, I would say. You actually get two of these metal high-capacity magazines. Great touch there because this is a sniper weapon, so you obviously need some new mags, or extra mags. They do hold around 200 rounds each. I tested them both and they fed very well, no problems there. You're also going to get a stick battery. This is a 1200 mAh 8.4 volt. It's basically, just a standard type stick battery. It'll fit in the handguard fine. I found that it's actually pretty nice quality. It should last you quite a long time. You're also going to get this nice little cheek rest. I've actually found that this cheek rest is much higher quality than other ones we've seen. It's more of like an actual leather material. It's very soft, very plushy, and it's very comfortable when you are shouldering the weapon and looking down your sight. You're also going to get this front sight adjustment tool, which you use to adjust your front sight for elevation only. And then you're going to get a very long cleaning and jamming rod because the inner barrel on this beast is very long. You don't get a manual with this gun, however. If you do want the manual, they do have an online manual you can download from the Echo 1 website. But I don't really see a need in having the manual. There's not too much complicated about this gun. But yeah, that's what comes with the Echo 1 CSR. Alright, so as usual, we'll start off with the stock of the weapon. The stock is, a standard SVD type. It is of a nice molded or injected nylon fiber. It's a really comfortable and really soft pistol grip and stock assembly. It's not much different from any other SVD stock. It does have the sling mount back here. It's got a metal butt. As you can see, you have the cheek rest up there, which is attached. One thing I found about the cheek rest was it was very tight on the gun. When you were actually putting it on the gun, it felt like I was actually breaking it, but I wasn't. That's just how tight it was. So it's rock solid. It's not going to be moving anywhere. You're not going to have to readjust it in game. The only con I found out about the stock was there was some noticeable injection marks from when the molding took place, which was right here. There's just a big burr almost just right there. Kind of a downside, but if you did want to get rid of it, all you would need is some sanding paper and it would be gone right away. But other than that, it's really comfortable to hold. It's very supportive. It's not weak or wobbly at all. It's attached to the gun 100%. It's just really nice quality for the stock. Alright, so here's the main body of the CSR. First off, let me show you guys the steel parts on the main body. You got the entire top cover here is steel. The back takedown lever and hardware screws are steel. Selector switch and hardware screws also steel. The main body is not steel, but I think it's some kind of aluminum. The color match is almost perfect between the top cover here and the main body, so it should last you just as long as anything else will. The trigger grouping and the mag release, all of this piece down here is steel, excluding the actual trigger. We'll get into that later. And the fake bolt, not steel, but it is a kind of dark white, not really sure, kind of like a manila color on here. And it's a very heavy bolt here. I'll rack it back for you. I mean, it's just got a great sound behind it, a very heavy spring. But other than that, let's get into some features of the main body. The back here, you have the takedown lever to take off the top dust cover. To operate, you just flip all the way down until you hit the locking point in the back, and your top cover will basically slide off upward. This will reveal the back of the gearbox here, the spring system that's used for the bolt, and then also you have your hop-up system right there. I'll show you that later. I'll get you a close-up of it. Other than that, you have the selector switch here. I found that the selector switch, it clicks into place pretty nicely. It won't be moving on you anywhere, but when you do flip it up to safety, it is a little bit janky, I would say. The top cover here does get in the way just a little bit, but it still flips up into place very nicely and will keep the gun on safe. The magazine release down here works very well, keeps the magazines very secure. One thing I did find out about this gun was it did secure the magazines very well. I've seen some other SVDs on the market, not AEG ones, but Springer ones, and their magazines were very wobbly. The mag well on here is very nice, very tight fit. You can also see near the main body you have the nice logo, Red Star CSR, Semca USA. Like I said, again, very nice quality on these trademarks. I'm not sure if they're painted or engraved, but they would probably last you quite a long time, seeing as the quality of this gun is superb. Other than that, you know, it's basically a standard SVD design. And flipping the gun over to the other side, there's not much of a difference. This gun's non-ambidextrous, obviously. The only difference here is you have the side rail mount for a PSO1 sight or a rail mount. Now, the rail mount is built into the main body. It's the same material as the main body. It should hold up well, like I said. This gun is definitely not cheap, so you won't have to worry about anything breaking on the main body, or say, you know, the side rail adapter, you know, breaking or something. That's not going to happen. It's very high quality, and it's there if you want to use it. So here's something a little bit unique that Echo One has done for the back sight. As you can see, it is adjustable for elevation only, just like a traditional AK. But as you can see, they've highlighted the numbers instead of being in a white, but more of a dark orange color. Funny, the color actually reminds me of, you know, a Halloween orange. It's kind of bright, kind of kiddish, but it illuminates the numbers very well, and you'll be able to adjust it as need be. Another thing too is you can replace it if you want. It's a standard AK design and should take any other, you know, AK back sights. Alright, so moving on to the handguards of the Red Star CSR. Now, when I first learned about this gun and I learned that the handguards up here were a two-piece design split down the middle, it kind of was a turnoff for me. But you know, I knew that it was the only real way you could house a battery in here. And when I got the gun, surprisingly, the handguards were actually a really nice feature of the gun. They're very sturdy. There's no creaking at all inside the handguards. It's the same plastic that's used in the stock, and overall they're very comfortable. They house the battery very well, and they just work really nicely. Now, to get access to your battery compartment, you have a small latch right up here, and basically you just want to push in and out, and like that. You want to keep it somewhat at a straight line, and then from here, take the front handguard cap, which is right here, push forward, and that'll expose your battery compartment. Now, the gun does have a mini type fuse. It uses a small type connector. Pretty standard stuff. You can see the outer barrel here. You can house a 9.6 volt in here, which works great. 8.4 volt will also work great. Any type of battery you use should work fine in this gun. Now, the handguards here, they are a unique designed handguard. You won't be able to take handguards from another SVD type gun and put them on here. Right here, I have these A&K handguards. I tried to put these on to the CSR and they would not fit. You might be able to get them to fit if you did some sanding along the front and the back, but right out of the box, not compatible with aftermarket handguards. Kind of a downside if you wanted to go for, like, you know, a real wood look or a real wood kit. Maybe Echo One will make one in the future, but for now we're stuck with the sleek black. But yeah, other than that, the battery compartment, it's got really good space in it. It's very sturdy. It's not creaky at all, and overall it just works very nicely. And last but not least, the barrel assembly here. Nice thing about this gun is it's a one-piece outer barrel. It's very sturdy. The outer barrel is not steel. I think that's illegal actually, but it's not steel. I don't think anything on this front area is steel, but it is a nice aluminum, some kind of nice high quality metal. Like I said, I don't see anything breaking for a long time. One quick thing to note that I found on this gun was the front gas block up here. I guess it was like adjustable. It moves around and stuff. It has a little lever right here. I'm not sure what this does. It's more or less just a copy of the real steel. It's something to do with the gas system, but it is there for show. Quite a nice touch. The front sight here, it is adjustable for elevation with the included tool. Adjusts fine. Like, nothing noteworthy about the front end, other than the flash hider. It did come with a little orange muzzle cap. This is removed really easily. Basically what I did was just take a heat gun, melt it all the way around, and it came off in one piece. And there's no residue left behind or anything. There's no threads. I mean, it's just there. It's an SPD front end. But other than that, you know, pretty standard. Alright, so I've zoomed in on the hop-up unit for you. Now the gun utilizes a different type of hop-up unit than I've seen on any other AEG. It's basically just a fine-tuned hop-up system. What that means is, as you can see, it's a bit different design. It's got a little dial on the top. Basically what you can do with this dial is you can click it into each individual increment of hop-up that you want, so you can get a very precise and very accurate adjustment of your hop-up unit. Why did they include this in this gun? Because this gun is very precise. It's got a very long range, very high accuracy. So Echo One thought, hey, might as well make the hop-up unit a little bit better. And basically how this works is there's just a little pin right in there, and it pushes up against the hop-up unit, or the hop-up wheel, I would say. And when you go to turn your hop-up adjustment on the wheel, there's little grooves, and that pin hits each groove so you can adjust it to how you want. So when I go to turn my hop-up unit, it clicks into place each time for an individual adjustment. Now for me, this hop-up unit wasn't working, I guess, correctly when I first got it. It might be a design fault, or it might just be my gun, but I can't completely use my hop-up unit unless I slightly loosen this Phillips and this Phillips. I don't know why that is, but I cannot turn my hop-up on more than 1/10 of the way unless I slightly unscrew this screw and this screw. Kind of weird. I don't really know why this is. It might just be a fault in my gun, but it still works fine. As for, you know, the inner barrel and bucking, it uses a 685 millimeter inner barrel, which goes all the way to the front of the outer barrel. It uses a Mad Bull orange bucking. The bucking and the nub in this hop-up unit was really great when I could adjust the hop-up all the way and where I wanted to need to. The nub and the hop-up window is just working very well. You're getting a very good hop-up. I would recommend probably .3s with this sniper just because it shoots very hard, very accurately, and you have a fine-tuned hop-up system so you can accurately shoot BBs downrange. Like I said, this is a very nice addition to the gun. If it works, if you have the same problem, like I said, you should be able to fix it by just slightly unloosening this Phillips and that Phillips. Now before I go, I just want to leave you guys with a slight bit of caution about this gun. When you are going to put your top cover back on to your gun, you're going to want to make sure that your locking collar is all the way in the back position and that you firmly seat and make sure that your top cover is on correctly. Now if you have it off just a little bit and go to lock the gun back, you could potentially break this top cover, and if you break that top cover, the piece that I'm talking about breaking would be the small lock right there. If that piece breaks, you're not going to be able to lock your top cover anymore, which is not good. So just a bit of caution, make sure you lock your top cover completely, and then adjust the locking bar and you're good to go. Alright, so final thoughts on the Echo One CSR. This gun is kind of like that car where if you just do a little bit of work to it, it's literally perfect. My model, you know, it had a few bugs in it. You know, the selector switch was a little bit iffy. The trigger was a little bit thin for my tasting. Same with the trigger response, a little bit delayed, slowish. The hop-up was a little bit of a pain to work with, but once I got it to work, it was pretty perfect. You know, once I got the kinks out of this gun and took it out to shoot it, absolutely amazing. The range was great, the accuracy was, you know, just amazing. I personally like this gun a lot. It's a semi-automatic Dragunov. It fits the role of a sniper definitely. You can definitely take out other snipers, especially Springers, because this thing is semi-automatic. Springers don't stand a chance anymore. If you ask me, this is the new sniper to beat. I mean, this thing is $270, comes with a battery, a charger, 2 magazines. It's just a very well-tuned machine for Airsoft. This thing can definitely cause some damage if you take it out into a game. Now, I'm not going to be showing an internal review or telling you how this gun performs. I'm not going to be doing any of that because I'm going to be taking this gun to a very big milsim op, Omaha Beach in Wisconsin. This game is August 10th through 11th. I'm going to be taking this up there. I'm going to be mounting my PSO-1 sight on it, and I'm going to be taking some heads with it. So after that game's done, I'll come back with an after action report, and I'll tell you guys how this gun really performed in a big milsim event. And maybe go into the internals a bit more, but if you do want to check out the internals, if you're curious about them, there's a link in the description below to Brian Holt's video on the Echo One CSR. He'll go into the gearbox, show you how to take it down, etc., etc. His video really helped me when I was checking out my hop-up and such, so if you want to see the internals, want to see more on the gun, go check out that video, link in the description. But other than that, $270, you get a sniper that is going to dominate the field, hands down. I can tell you without a doubt, this gun is going to dominate when I take it up to that game in Wisconsin. You know, from already looking at it, from already shooting it in the backyard a little bit, this gun is going to perform very well for anyone who buys it. So with that, that's been the review of the Echo One CSR. Please make sure to check out my channel, subscribe to it. Got some new videos and reviews coming up and some gameplay. So yeah, thanks for watching.